James, thanks for taking the time to talk to us. It's been a busy couple of weeks since you came into the job, and it's down to the hard work of pre-season now. How's things going?
Yeah, it's been great. It's great to get the players back. They've come back in good condition. They're really pleased with the way they've come back. The testing yesterday with the physios and the sports scientists, so credit to not only the players but the work that went on behind the scenes with the programmes over the summer. So yeah, that was excellent. And then getting them on the grass today for the first session. They've got another session this afternoon, but no, I was really pleased and upbeat actually, and watching them and the way they were training today. They look hungry, they look fit, they look strong and ready to go.
When you came into the job, you had the decisions to make on whether to keep players or not, and the players that were left under contract, it gave you a good core and nucleus to build around, and you've been able to bring in two since then, Kyle Benedictus and Chris Hamilton. Talk us through your two new recruits.
Yeah, on Kyle, I've knew him for 8 years. He was a kid probably, or a younger player. Not a kid, because he'd won a title, the championship at Dundee, to get them into the Premiership when I just joined, and I liked him. I liked playing beside him, and he was one that was always wanting to learn, always wanting to do extras, and he's now turned into a leader. He's been a captain himself. He's played over 300 games. He's been successful. He's won another couple of titles, whether that's been a cup or a league. So he's a leader in the dressing room, but he's a good defender, and he was one that I identified pretty quickly when I got this job, and there were a few teams after him, so I was delighted to get that over the line, and he's been excellent, like I knew he would. Chris Hamilton's one that I've seen from my time being a youth team coach at my previous club, and coming up through the ranks, and any time you're watching the Scotland under or the younger Scotland groups, Chris Hamilton was always a standout for me. So the good thing about that, he's a local lad as well. So what's good about that? Well, he's a massive Dunfermline Athletic fan, so I'm delighted in that, and it's always great. I'm a big believer in having your own on the pitch. We're getting your own ones that know this club, that want to play for this club, that are die-hard fans of this club, and we've got a good nucleus of kids here that are training with the first team now, and they don't look out of place. So I'm excited about that, because I'm one that's very much for that, bringing through our own players and getting them out on the pitch.
As you said earlier on this week, we announced 5 new young recruits that came into the club. How do you see their progression this season? Are they immediately into the first team squad?
Yeah, well, they've trained, and they trained very well. They didn't look out of place. If I had to walk down and just from afar, not knowing and not knowing who they were, then you would look at them and be first team players. Look, they've a lot to learn, we know that, but the big aim is to get them out onto the pitch and get them playing, and they've got to work hard, and they do. I'm delighted we've got our own academy back again. I think that's a massive boost to the city now, to the full community, and to the football club, that we've got our own academy back. And we want them on the pitch, but they've got a lot of work to do, and a lot of hard work to do, but hopefully over the next wee while you'll start to see them coming through.
And in terms of further recruits coming in, do you expect many more signings?
Yeah, I'll always say yeah. I get the budget restrictions, I get where we are, but like any manager, you always want more. But I understand where we are and where the budget is. But no, look, we won't panic, we won't rush, we won't do anything like that. Like, we identified Chrissy Hamilton, and that's one for the long term. Kyle Benedictus is one that's come in that's a bit older, but in a position that probably requires that. He's a leader. But no, look, we've got loads of targets, and we're working. We are back earlier than most, so a lot of players are still on holiday, but no, we're working away really hard in the background, and we'll continue to do that.
as we said, we're back for pre-season, and the games are coming thick and fast round the corner in just 10 or so days' time, and that's when you'll get to learn even more about your players.
Yeah, not just the games. I get to learn more about the players with the pre-season because it's tough, and I make no apologies for that. Like, pre-season is tough. It's a real base to get them going for what's going to be a really tough season, and we're going to work hard. That's a basic of football, first and foremost. Yeah, they're in the door because they are good footballers, but they've got to learn that. This is younger ones. They've got to learn that they need to work hard. The older boys know that, but I'll make no excuse for how hard this is going to be. It's going to be hard work, and the ones that can do that, then we'll be successful together.
And on Friday, just to finish up, you sent a little message to the fans thanking them for their backing with the 500 plus season tickets being bought already. So you've been delighted by the response that the fans have given since you've came into the job, and you just hope to carry that momentum going forward now.
Yeah, I really have been, and I've been delighted with the full place actually. Like, I'm being honest, and I know it's probably a cliched answer, and people can come out and say that, but there does seem to be. I was a wee bit apprehensive, worried, whatever you want to call it, that we had dropped a division, but we had to quickly put that behind us. And watching them on the training, talking about the players, watching the players on the training pitch today, like it seems like that's done. So there's no point looking back. We need to look forward. We need to look at what we can do this season coming. But the fans are huge. Like, as I said, I've touched on it. I've played here. I've managed here against Dunfermline Athletic Football Club. So I know what this place can be like, and to get those sales so quickly, but keep them coming because we're going to need them. It's going to be an exciting season. They're going to see a high-paced football team that's going to give everything. That's going to leave nothing out on the pitch. So we need this place. This place a really intimidating place for opposition teams to come to, and I believe we getting the signings we're getting in and the product we're getting in, then that's going to be the case.